Maybe this is not something that you want to hear, but I feel that it needs to be said. I will make two bold statements. The first one is 99.9% of the people that watch this video will not make it in the AI space as actual agencies. You might make money within the industry by working as a freelancer, as a developer, or as a chief automation officer or an advisor, but not as an AI agency. And second, the market saturation within the AI space right now in 2025 does not exist. Maybe it feels like these things, what I'm saying, you're probably not gonna make it and majority will not, and the fact that there's no market saturation are kinda conflict with each other, but let me explain. There are so many people that come to the space right now, at this moment. While you're watching this video, there are probably 10 or 100 different people and AI agencies that are getting created, and the people wanting to start making money in the space because it's booming. The reason for that is not only lays in the actual AI as a technology, but rather in the ability of people easily integrated in companies with what it seems like a few clicks. So the barrier of entry in the space is very, very low. Think about the tools that we're all using. They are adding this live chat AI helpers where you can technically provide a prompt and it will create a pipeline. Make.com is doing that, NADN is doing that, Relevance is doing that, Bolt, Lovable, Cursor, all of them are eventually will create a functionality where people with no background can come in, type what they want, it will create the scenario, they will replace their API keys and connections, and it's going to be ready. This is what intrigues a lot of people, because you don't need to study ads for years. You do not need to become a professional creator to create the creatives to run the ads for different businesses. You do not need to grind for years gathering the experience to be able to provide some value to the companies, because this value is real. When you are technically, so let's pretend that they would work already. When you type a prompt and create this workflow with all these different functions, it is valuable. It is not a gimmick. Most companies would need just that, okay? So, and this is why I feel like this space is different, because you can really build something valuable without spending too much time learning the craft, okay? And if you keep it honest, this is probably what intrigued you, because it's a cool technology. Like, the internet was also a cool technology, but the adoption curve was not as significant because that was not that easy to use at the very beginning, as we have within the AI market right now. So that is why you are here, okay? You increase competition, right? But why am I saying that there is no saturation, at least right now, in second quarter of 2025? Because all of you guys are focusing on automations, okay? This is like very simple. I mean, exactly what brings you to this industry is your main constraint, okay? This is what will hold most people back, because they you would learn different automations as developers, as enthusiasts. But this is the enemy, because you're not focusing on solving problems, which is where the agencies are living. Now, guys, I don't want to, like, if you watch any of my content, I don't like to say like very obvious things, which is like focus on the problems, solve problems, and this is how you're gonna make money. It's much deeper than that. The same way as with learning, right? So the fact that you know something doesn't necessarily mean that you're gonna follow that. We're like, the majority of people are fat, depending on where you live, but like, or not healthy. Okay, let's put it that way. I mean, we all know what we need to eat. Like, we all know that it's bad, but we're still doing it. I'm not that well articulated with my English abilities to express all of my feelings about like this specific topic, but basically we're not healthy because there are things that we think are better at this specific moment. Okay, let's put it that way. The same exact thing is happening within you learning automations. Instead of focusing on the real problems and the value that you can potentially bring, you go to the route of learning different automations, different workflows, different agents that are great. They're so cool. It's so cool to have a personal assistant that can do a lot of things. It has no monetary value to the businesses. So if you are just enthusiasts that are like looking to build cool shit, great. Like, I respect you. Like, you're gonna move the industry forward. You're gonna create the softwares. Like, you're gonna open the new horizons. Thanks. Like, I appreciate it. You're probably not gonna sell it as an agency. Okay? You might find your like very specific model, but generalizing, that's not how it works. And the value is simple. Like, the agency model, online agency model, is here for like what? For like 10 years already? Maybe more, probably more. It's the same thing. Businesses need marketing, they need sales, they need operations, they need the same things that all agencies for the past 10 years were focusing on, helping the companies. Doing good or bad job, doesn't really matter. And you are trying to create a new agency. Now, guys, like, okay, I'm sorry. Like, I am a part of this like movement, like AI agency movement. Like, sure, that's great. But we are creating agencies or services from nothing. And it's the same way as you cannot print more money within a country and become wealthier. Sorry, the US, because this is how it works in your country. But okay, let's put it to another day of the discussion. But usually this is not how it works, right? So like, you're gonna create the inflation. So this is what we're doing here. We are trying to create new services, trying to fix problems that do not exist. Instead, you need to focus on the problems that already exist, that agencies were fixing for 10 years, and just use AI tools to help you to deliver better results. So if we talk specifically, the way you stand out is by creating the unique angles, and this is all about the marketing. This is not about the delivery. Because even if you deliver the same type of the service as other competitors, if you have unique angles, if you know the packaging, if you can market it right, you can become rich. And I'm sorry, but not all developers become rich, and not all the best things in the world bring the most amount of the money to the pockets of the owners, of the creators. It's just how like everything works. It's all about the market, okay? So same thing applies here. You can either, save time or make them more money. And of course, when it comes to the sales, it's all about the funnels. And marketing, it's all about the ads, SEO, outreaching content. Here, this is not something new. Again, agencies been helping businesses to improve this specific thing for a while now, right? And as an illustration, I will show you a comment that I got under one of my videos. I'm gonna roast this person, but I'm not gonna, show his name. So he says, man, sales agents and chatbots and lead qualification, I sell. It's all are a little bit same. So what you can charge if you guys sell it? Like what? So What the guy is saying is that this was the video where I was showcasing a case study of how we integrated our conversational sales system, which is the one prompt, which you can license and resell to your clients. Okay, link to this. I was showing, the case study, and he's saying, hey man, and he is probably concerned, maybe with a bit of a disbelief. I'm just guessing, because he says, yeah, I have this, I build the same agents, I have the chatbots, it's just lead qualification. So what's up with that? Are you, how are you selling it? Or I do the same, so why are you successful and not? Because it's not about agents, chatbots, or lead qualification. It's about the problem. Hear me out. It is not about the result, not only about the result. Your agents can deliver the same results to the businesses as my sales system, as the one. But the way everything is structured, the way we are delivering it to the client, the way it is productized, and the way we market it makes companies believe in what we have to say, in what we have to offer. That is why they are ready to pay us premium on that. And you are going to be stuck in the development route on Upwork, where you'll fulfill the job. Now, again, this is I'm not trying to, offend you, or don't take it personally. I'm trying to say these are different things. So this is how the one prompt was actually. Here are a few examples. Compare the two different angles. We qualify all the leads for you, or we increase your return on investment without testing running more ads. Now, guys, these are the same things. This is just a lead qualification system. Of course, we can have, different type of the systems, and the one prompt is the most advanced lead qualification system, which is the lead qualification agent is a part of the one prompt. So if you watch the video on the website, you will see why it's different, but it doesn't really matter. So let's say it's this, okay? These are different things, because here you're not saying we will generate you 10x appointments in the 30-day period, or money back, or the Harmozy type of the offers. This is bullshit. I mean, it's not bullshit. That's great. That's great. Sorry, it's not the bullshit. What I mean is, it's directly show the business the value of your specific services. So you do not need to overpromise the things that you cannot control. And here we can directly control the return on investment, because if you picture of how a standardized lead qualification agent works, they are running the Facebook ads, they are having the form submits or the request, and then you are engaging with each and every prospect, trying to close them into the booking or into the pre-sale or into the demo. It doesn't really matter. So here you are increasing the value. You're engaging with every prospect so that you have more of these things spending the same amount of money. This is literally increase of not only ROI. So if you know that you're reaching out to the company that runs the Google ad, you can say ROAS, because this is exactly the metric that you're using. Compare this to this. Fortunately for some of you who watch this video, and if you listen to me, if you're gonna use this specifically, not this, 80% of the market will use 18, maybe 17% of the market who will read the Harmozy books and sales masteries will do this. We will guarantee you X. And the only few percent will actually focus on the tangible thing that they can control and they deliver, building the same type of the service as these guys and these guys. But the guys that will do that will actually something significant in the agencies that can be scaled. Another example, we will create an automation to get reviews on autopilot. Now, pretty interesting offer. That's great. Or we will create a retention flywheel that will grow your business organically. Now, it might seem like, okay, I'm using fancy words like retention flywheel. Okay, we will create a system, okay, system that will grow your business organically. Because this is what you're doing. By bringing a review to the business, to the Google page, you're making them rank higher, get more business, and grow, okay? And by the way, this is one of the systems that we all introduced into the one prompt, so you can also not only have a conversational sales system, but zero budget marketing system that you can resell to your clients. So this is another angle that you can, and as you can see, even in the naming, it's zero budget marketing system, because this is exactly what we're doing. We're marketing the business without them needing to spend more budget on that. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you will save something in your brain after this video. Thanks for watching.